my name is Jasmine Holdway, and I'm a graduate of the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences convocation ceremony this morning. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are red. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me and shown on the cover of the convocation program also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links with the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance in agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum Cognoscere Causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall are also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the provost, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars to the vice-chancellor by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be videoed, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The Vice-Chancellor will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the Vice-Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to convocation at the University of Guelph.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
On this day of celebration, we pause and reflect on our place in this world. Today, we acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph now resides. And we offer our respect to their neighbors, the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis. On this day that marks the end of a journey, we give thanks. We give thanks for the friendships that have been forged along the way. We give thanks for those who have supported us, faculty, staff, mentors, and families. I invite each of you, in your own way, to take a moment of silence, to reflect, to recognize that for which you are grateful, to offer a prayer. As we step into a new tomorrow, may the knowledge that we have gained here at the University of Guelph be coupled with wisdom and infused with compassion and clothed with humility, that we might contribute to the flourishing of all humanity, that we might embrace the forgotten, enhance the sustainability of all things, and fully discover together what it means to be human. May grace and peace abound. You may be seated.
Welcome and good morning, members of the board, honorary fellows and faculty of the university, family, friends, and most importantly, graduates. I also extend a particular welcome today to today's convocation speaker, Professor Joseph Tyndale. Welcome to the celebration of convocation at the University of Guelph, one of our most joyous occasions. My name is Charlotte Yates, and I am the Provost and Vice President Academic of the University of Guelph, and I have the added privilege today of being the Acting Vice Chancellor for today's convocation. I'm pleased to welcome you, and as we begin the ceremony, I'd like to offer you a few congratulatory remarks. First off, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, sometimes through difficulties, and today is the fruit of all that labor. Well done and congratulations. Graduation is all about transitions, moving from one thing to another. It's one of a number of important transitions that you've already made in your life and will continue to make. Last fall, we had the opportunity to welcome our new first-year students onto campus. We reminded them that besides being the incoming class of 2015, they were also the graduating class of 2019. That was a moment of traveling forward in time. Today, what I'd like us to do is travel back in time to your own arrival on this campus just a few short years ago. Remember how it felt to set foot on campus for the first time as the new University of Guelph student? A mixture of excitement as well as anticipation, nervousness. Maybe you felt confident, lots of hope, and fear all at the same time. Well, today you've told us you figured it out. Exploring campus, you navigated your classrooms and laboratories, made new friends, found mentors, and perhaps discovered the wider community of Guelph. And perhaps most important of all, you discovered lots about yourself. It was a time of transition, going from who you were to what you would become, including, by the way, becoming Griffins. Now it's time for the next transition, and maybe you're feeling that familiar mixture of hope and optimism, and some trepidation and uncertainty. So think back over the past few years of your studies here at Guelph. You leave us today having gained a body of knowledge in your field and having had a chance to study and work with scholars and teachers renowned in their fields. As part of a learning-centered, research-intensive campus, you've witnessed breakthroughs in teaching, scholarship, and research. You have been part of a diverse and welcoming community open to differing opinions and shared learning and discovery. And what you have learned goes well beyond the subject matter you studied and the classrooms you attended. An important part of our mission as a university has been to provide you with the tools to successfully adapt and navigate through the complexities and dynamics of our modern society. We live in a fast-paced world where the gap has narrowed between knowledge generation and knowledge application. New ideas become new products at an unprecedented pace. Who would have believed that we anticipate an autonomous car that would drive itself? When you started, I don't think that we even imagined such a thing could exist. Information and communication technologies and the related democratization of learning and knowledge have become game changers. Effectively, the distance between today and tomorrow has narrowed. That presents challenges, but also great opportunities for all of us. A key challenge with change and transition is uncertainty, the very thing you may be feeling or facing right now. Uncertainty is a challenge, but it also presents some wonderful opportunities. The opportunities lie in finding what we call the upside of uncertainty, taking uncertainty and change and adapting in a healthy way. What does that mean? Here on campus, it means that our researchers and scholars anticipate problems and opportunities, and they develop solutions, including solutions to problems we don't even know exist yet. For you graduates, it means getting the job done and doing that job well, all the while preparing yourself as the future thinkers and leaders of the world. Here at Guelph, we have tried to help you learn to adapt to and indeed to thrive in tomorrow's ever-changing world. We have looked to provide you not just with a curriculum and courses, but also life skills or tools for your lifelong survival kit. Today, you face a new transition. Some of you will continue on to graduate school. Others of you will continue into the world of work. Others of you will travel. Take some time to explore what's next in your life. Whatever your next move, here at Guelph, we have attempted to provide the analytic, qualitative, and communication skills you need to look beyond the world today and to succeed through innovation and problem solving in new and interesting ways. You have learned, I hope, about adaptation and creativity. In effect, you've learned how to learn. And that's a good thing. As you leave behind the formal classrooms and laboratories, your learning doesn't end today. In fact, it is just beginning. Lifelong learning is what we call it officially, that process of learning and adapting and applying that learning in new and exciting ways over your careers and your lifetimes. We like to call it turning knowledge into action, bringing breakthrough ideas to life in powerful ways that change people's lives. You've spent the last few years as part of this university community, and I hope you've had a chance to learn where you fit into that wider community. The problems out there are multifaceted ones. Over the years, you will need to bring together different perspectives, blend knowledge and ideas from different disciplines, and apply that knowledge in innovative and exciting ways to meet those new challenges. That's knowledge in action. That's finding the upside of uncertainty. As you enter into this exciting new stage of your lives, I've encouraged you to draw upon all of your University of Guelph experiences as learners and as members of the University of Guelph community, and to bring the best that you have to offer to every experience. Continue to take pride in your achievements. Embrace the opportunities that arrive. Look to create your own opportunities, opportunities that will shape our future, opportunities to redefine who we are, to see the future through a broader lens. Universities are among the few places in society where a large part of our purpose is to foster ideas and innovation, to dream and to inspire hope. That's exciting. You've been part of that. That's bold and imaginative. It's part of who you are. I encourage you to find ways to take what you have learned here, to engage with, and make a difference in your world, in all of our worlds. But in parting, through all this time of uncertainty, there is one thing for certain. Once a Griffin, always a Griffin. Thank you and congratulations. This morning's convocation address will be delivered by Joseph Tyndale, a social gerontologist and a professor in the Family Relations and Applied Nutrition Department at the University of Guelph. And he's currently serving as interim chair in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. I am pleased to invite Professor Tyndale to now give the convocation address.
Thank you, Provost Yates. I love graduation day. It is such a fun day for all of you and all of your families, and the vibe washes over all of us no matter how many times we do graduation. So thank you for giving us this good feeling today. I appreciate it very much. I want you to wallow in this day. Immerse yourself in the graduation experience. There is nothing quite like the coming of age story that is university graduation. Your time here has been a period where your personal development has contributed to the well-being of the university, and we say thank you for that. At the same time, the University of Guelph has helped you grow through everything you have experienced here. You move out into the world with the enhanced knowledge, maturity, and good judgment that have brought you to graduation day. Don't let anyone ever tell you this is not a big deal. It is a big deal, and it will help you for the rest of your life. Even so, in spite of your skills and strengths, it is easy to punch below your weight. Take the path of least resistance and reassure yourself that there's no point in fighting City Hall. And sometimes that is absolutely true. You need to exercise good judgment. At the same time, I am encouraging you to make a difference in the lives of those around you, those you can reach out and touch, and those you can only imagine. Touch these people by being open and tolerant, and by accepting responsibility to question what you know is wrong. You don't need to take foolish risks, but you do need to care, and you do need to stand up. Remember, some of the luxuries you have experienced as a student, the privilege of being able to debate ideas without your job or your mortgage or your kids' hockey fees, depending on what you say. Over the past couple of years, U of G has either led or been part of many debates that don't always carry mass support. U of G, for example, led the way a few years back with Vote Mobs, a student-led initiative to encourage more students to vote and push to get a polling station right on campus. This wasn't popular with every political party. Some parties tend to do well by student votes, others not so much. Meetings, workshops, and speakers spoke on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and what the implications for our university might be. And before that commission issued its report, we had debates around the Idle No More movement. Among other initiatives to spring from the commission's discussions and recommendations is an initiative on campus now to bring more Aboriginal faculty to campus and to accompany that development with enhanced Aboriginal student scholarship opportunities. Is this the right thing to do? That is for you to decide. But here at the University of Guelph, initiatives like this can happen, and you have had the opportunity to be part of the discussion. We had a protest from the Black Lives Matter movement, and it gave all of us an opportunity to think about what diversity looks like on this campus and what it might look like. In 2011, the Occupy Wall Street movement took up residence in a tent city in downtown Toronto. It was debated here at U of G and on practically every other campus in Canada. Is it gone? Did it matter? Is the Bernie Sanders candidacy for the US Democratic nomination its latest iteration? Is there a Canadian equivalent? More recently, I have been warmed to see how people in Guelph generally, and here on campus, opened their arms to Syrian refugees without the fear-mongering we saw raging elsewhere. At times, the future can look bleak. We only have to pause a second before images of the Pulse nightclub in Orlando wash before our eyes. That kind of violence towards the LGBTQ2 community eats at our humanity. At the same time, I take strength from the energy on campus right now, organizing new initiatives on men against violence against women. My commitment to fighting against violence against women won't end when I retire again in a few weeks. They're wondering how many times I'm going to retire from here. And I hope your commitment to any of the issues that have moved you as a student carry forward now that your undergraduate days are done. Make them part of your living U of G legacy, carried forward through your coming years. Adulthood is fraught with the challenges of getting and keeping jobs, paying mortgages, and developing your own families. It is hard to give time and thought to issues when faced with these responsibilities. However, if you do commit some of your thought and time, we will all be better for it. You, your family, your friends, your co-workers, your community, and beyond. Part of the satisfaction I have taken from my career at the U of G has come from trying to be the best teacher, researcher, and administrator I can be. I have also learned that these things mean little when I, or those around me, don't take responsibility for the well-being of each other. Today and tomorrow and the next day, try to be the one who truly leads by example. Seize opportunities to contribute in your chosen field and social world. Seize, too, opportunities to help others make the most of their experience. If you can do that, I think you will have the makings for a fulfilling life, and those around you will thank you for helping fulfill theirs, too. Taking the responsibility to think and and act beyond yourself is not easy. But if you can give it a little time and attention every day, it can become part of your very soul, and then it is not so hard. As University of Guelph graduates, I know you're up for the challenge. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Tyndale. My name is Malcolm Campbell. I'm the Vice President of Research here at University of Guelph, and it is completely appropriate that Professor Tyndale gave a talk, an address today that addressed both the passage of time and making a difference. And I will share with you that I've known Professor Tyndale a rather long time and have seen a passage of time. I've known him since I was about this tall, so a teenager. It's a joke. Come on, everyone. Got to lighten up a little bit today. I've known him for a very long time and have watched him emerge from a young professor to leadership roles here at University of Guelph, where he's made a difference in his teaching, in his research, and in his leadership. And he continues to make a difference to this day, including this day and including in your lives, where he has, I'm sure, made an impression upon you with both his inspired and inspiring words. Please join me in thanking Professor Tyndale once again. Now, I will share with you exactly 30 years ago, June 1986, I shared the front of this room with the group of you. So I went through exactly the same experience 30 years ago. So I'm not seeing the smiling faces that I need to be seeing. Everybody should be smiling as fellow Griffins. And this is a time coming up in the next minute or so where you really need to express the great relief and the great pride that you have in having completed your degree. So now, the moment that you've been waiting for. Will the graduating class please rise? Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto. Let us all congratulate these scholars on their accomplishments.
Come on. There you go. That was perfect. Thank you, everyone. Will the members of the graduating class please be seated?
Good morning, graduates, and proud family and friends of the graduates. I'm sure that you're very excited and perhaps even a little relieved, and certainly very happy to see your graduate walk across the stage and be greeted by the provost. And you may want to express your emotions in some audible manner, as you just did. And that's fine. Please go ahead. But may we ask that the general audience hold your collective applause until after the presentation of the degree programs. Thank you. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science Honors Program. Martha Cherwick, with distinction. Valerie Marion Dumering, with distinction. Kayleen Nicole Hagen. Julia Catherine Hanley, with distinction. Rachel Tamara Hales, with distinction. Brenna Diana Johnson. Brittany Castle. Samara Kamal Zarin Kianfar with distinction. Christine Nalida Ann Little. Nicole Marie McDougall with distinction. Jennifer Margaret Payton. Victoria Lee Taffiner. Alyssa Marie Walsh. Yuhan Wang. Chantel Summer Wright with distinction. Maria Zatalokina with distinction. Please join me in congratulating these graduates of the Bachelor of Applied Science. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors Program. Eva Maria Amaya with distinction. Benjamin Wayne Arbon with distinction, sorry. Nicole Batista. Nicole Lynn Bible with distinction. Christopher William Booth. Taylor Brennan. Kayla Nicole Brown with distinction. Jesse Bruni. Jacob Mark Calzanetti. Haley Dawn Caravaggio. Caitlin Cherniak. Shiraj Dabar. Katie Delaney. Shamitha Devakandan. Daniela Melissa Di Simoni. Haley Estelle Douglas. Natalie Christina Uali. Katrina Elizabeth Froese.
Love you, Kaka.
Daniel Tony Gagne. Stephen Gauntlet. Taylor Cole Grant with distinction. Benjamin Henry. Emily Page Hood. Daria Alexandra Keene. Gemmet Glenson Douglas Kirk. Brianne Irene Larson with distinction. Evan Ledwith. Victoria Kimberly Logan. Delaney Alexandra McQueen with distinction. Chantal Rose Morante. Jarrett Garth Merrin. Jonathan Douglas Moore with distinction. Brendan Murphy. Michael John Nohammer. Florence Gale Okinko. Olivia Marie Palermo. Evan Thomas Pavlich. Carly Lynn Pierce. Gavin Norberg Petrie with distinction. Russell James Picard Kuzmin. Jessica Tuesday Pinkerton. Gerard Newton Polchi. Sarah Cheyenne Winona Pike. Chloe Lynn Reburn. Justin Riding. Stephanie Ann Robinson. Morgan Marie Sage with distinction. Daniel Pavel Salamashek. Kathleen Marjorie Sherman. Ian Douglas Sinclair. Jessica DeForno Smith with distinction. Haley Smuts with distinction. Sarah Stringer. Alison Nicole Tyndall with distinction. Stacy Vanessa Tomlin with distinction. Sarah Tess van der Zaag with distinction. Farron Varty McDonald. Bethany Rose Wilson. Danielle Wood. Please join me in congratulating these graduates of the Bachelor of Arts Honors. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program. Nicholas Baldazzi. Brittany Baptiste. Cameron Lindley Blair. Michelle Suzanne Blanchard. Casey Alexander Bouyer Howard. James Bowser. William George Breyer. Carly Atia Byberg. Shauna Marie Corker. Madalena Shiroto. Haley Margaret Cranston. Donnie David. Barath Yarapothu de Silva. Sarah Lynette Dinsdale. Chad Kenneth Doan. Alicia Donaghy. Kieran Sven Joseph Doyle. Rebecca Kristen Dunlop. Rachel Elizabeth Forbes.
Congratulations, Rach.
Cameron D. Fox. Brooke Goulding. Victoria Gritsayeva. Michael Norman Patrick Halfday. Alana Gale Hembrough. Claire Allison Housay. Tarina Jude Patrick. Masami Robert Kinoshita. Ashley E. Corrie. Colby Scott Kowalchuk. Katie Louise Kozusko. Elizabeth Joan Lambert. Catherine Devon Carrington Laurie. Riley Leuenberg. Clayton Frederick Lovell. Stepan Steven Majetic. Clara Sophia Mauti. Colin McEwen. Elizabeth Michelle Jenny Lynn Molinari. Scott Andrew Brent Rebus. John Thomas Roy. Alexander Michael Schuster. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors Program. Caitlin Emily Bolt. Angela Chen with distinction. Aviana Vermillion Foster. Arashdeep Kaur Guman. Lorraine Elizabeth LeBeau with distinction. Erin McGarvey. Rebecca Shepanowski. Catherine Emily Hubble Tucker with distinction. Janelle Lynn White with distinction. Please join me in congratulating these scholars. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences Honors Program. Laura Jean Biancalen. Ryan Edmund Daniel Carlo with distinction. Stephanie Elise Fisher with distinction. Brianne Karski. Chanel Labrie with distinction. Neil Thomas Martin with distinction. Yes. Duncan McTaggart. Lydia Grace Ritchie. Gabriela Maria Zagorski. Please join me in congratulating this fine group of graduates.
And please join me in thanking Associate Dean Leach for her perfect reading of 132 names this morning. Madam Provost, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on those graduates not present. Well, graduates, as of this minute, you've done it. Congratulations. And I should add a special congratulations to family, friends, and others who helped these graduates get through what is a tough but rewarding process. So, welcome also all of you graduates to the Griffin alumni family. We are a growing family. This week, more than 3,400 new graduates are joining that family. Around the world, the University of Guelph alumni number over 125,000. So imagine as you start working, traveling over the weeks, months, and years ahead, I'm sure you're going to bump into another Griffin. We are all proud of you, of your accomplishments here at the University of Guelph, and we look forward to seeing how the foundations you have developed here as a student will support you in the future. We want to celebrate, join with you in your celebration of your achievements and successes, and we hope you will stay in touch with us. Remember that you are always welcome here on campus. Graduates, you've made memories here, including new memories today. Remember this as well. You are a student for a very short period of time, but you are a Griffin forever. This concludes our formal convocation ceremony. I have a couple of announcements before the final kind of procession. Dean Gwen Chapman will host a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall. This is a celebration and an opportunity to see each other, congratulate one another, introduce your family to your friends, and of course, just to generally celebrate your wonderful achievements today. So I do hope you will take the opportunity to attend this reception. Graduates, once you have taken all your photographs, please return your gown and hoods to the tent outside. One more note. In total this week, we host 22 graduating ceremonies, convocation ceremonies. Waiting outside is the next group of families who are eager to see their graduate walk across the stage. To help us prepare the hall for the next group, would you please exit through the doors to the right or the left of the stage? Thank you for your cooperation. And with these final announcements, I now have the pleasure of declaring convocation is dismissed. Thank you.